I left you on the hill where the old part of the town is, and where, some decades ago only, a lot older things were discovered, ancient actually. An authentic amphitheater from the time before Alexander the Great. Why do I mention Alexander the Great? You'll see the connection. But about that in a minute. First, we are standing on one of the hills. We used to compare this town with Rome, which was built on 7 hills, while this one was built on 3 hills. There you see the highest hill, and on top of it you can barely see a memorial, a monument to the unknown Russian soldier, affectionately called Alyosha. Not one specific soldier, not one specific war. Bulgaria, due to its proximity to the Near East, had to undergo a 500-year occupation by the Ottoman Islamic Turkey, filled with furniture for some reason, from the 14th to the 19th century, which greatly hindered the development towards prosperity of the country. Well, those were the years of the Renaissance, the Enlightenment, the development of science, that is, in countries which weren't ruled by a theocratic, backward Islamic culture, which treated the local people, because they were infidels, as slaves, as inferior people. Ironically, it's thanks to that and to the pride of all those generations of Bulgarians that they didn't assimilate, kept their language and their sense of being a separate nation for 500 years. So, after an unsuccessful and very bloody revolt, a fight for freedom, link below, the April Uprising, Tsarist Russia sent an army alongside which a great contingent of Bulgarian volunteer soldiers fought to topple over the rotten already Islamic theocracy. This was one of the reasons why the imported Bulgarian king, who was of German extraction, they had to import a foreign king because the Bulgarian blue blood had died out. So this king, Saxe-Coburg, who got Bulgaria into the tripartite axis, didn't send Bulgarian armies to the Soviet Union, where, if you remember, Romanian and Hungarian troops fought, for example, in Stalingrad. The Bulgarian people wouldn't have it. Not one Bulgarian soldier was sent to the Russian front. They considered Russia a liberator, and there was one more thing the people wouldn't have. Bulgaria was the only country where the local Jewish population grew in number, children being born, instead of being depleted as in the whole of Europe. The Bulgarian people, most notably almost all famous intellectuals, signed petition after petition and protested when Hitler asked Bulgaria to send her Jews to Germany. So, no one Jew was sent to the concentration camps. People still wonder, was that why the king suddenly and unexpectedly died upon his return from a visit to Hitler? Oh, but I really went off on a tangent here. Let's talk about the amphitheater now. I didn't want to let you go without showing you this wonderful view of an old amphitheater from the time before Alexander of Macedon. Actually, it's from the time of his father, Philip of Macedon. He's the one who founded this town. We are here on top of one of the hills. The first name of the town was Philippopolis. I like this amphitheater a lot. I've been down there. They are wonderful, authentic stone seats, which are covered now by some sort of cushions, so that the bum of the audience can sit on something soft. I like this view very much. What do I see here? On top of some church, I suppose. Oh dear. I find this view completely lovely. Don't you? You remember from the previous video the statue of this painter? We are going down the hill now to the town proper, to a small square on the shopping street. It's a few minutes walk. Distances are not great here. On that square there are paintings for sale. I know some of the painters. And on a corner there you can see religious icons of saints for sale, right next to a mosque. Sorry, I say mosque all the time. That's the Dutch pronunciation. This is the mosque from another angle, and just under it you see one end of an ancient stadium from the time of Philip of Macedon. I think that this is a statue of him, the founder of the city. This is one end of the stadium, which runs under the shopping street, which is this place. Another statue on the shopping street in front of a cafe of an ordinary, unimportant little man. I have not taken a very good shot here. He has his hand behind his ear, presumably listening to people's conversations to give some substance to his unimportant little life. We are at the other end of the shopping street. It's the center, actually. The theater and cinemas are there. Next to a wonderful park is the military club, or is it the army club? In this building, I know, there is a great hall where performances take place, singing, theatrical performances, children performances often. I haven't shown you the art galleries and any churches, cute little old buildings with a very special atmosphere inside. It's dark, it's somber and subdued. You only whisper inside. Sometimes I go there if I need to think. Not about God, I assure you. I haven't shown you any churches or Jewish things, but they are there. But you've already seen a great amalgamation of peacefully coexisting different religions and cultures from times past to modernity, which is present, of course, reigning and governing all. I'll demonstrate one more culture, well, subculture present. When I'm filming, I never pay attention to the background noise, but now I notice a little conversation between young men, I suppose. I'll quickly interpret it for you. It's mostly slang. Macedon. A lot of young pussies walking about. This is one. I just want to fuck them.